Okay guys, welcome back to my channel and I'm here to give my summary regards with the chapter 2. So without further ado, let's start. Chapter 2 is all about configure a network operation system. So as I start, chapter 2, its sections and objectives. I have here the what we call iOS bootcamp. Then we have the basic device configuration and also the address schemes. Okay, let's start with the purpose of OS. All devices come with the default iOS and the feature set. It is possible to upgrade the iOS version to feature set. So an iOS can be downloaded from Cisco.com and also however a Cisco connection online or the CCO account is required. So uh, your the version of your Cisco or the Cisco connection used is depends on the year and its model. So if the Cisco release new one or new device, you can download or you can buy it from the Riri store. So and also in order to know the new trends about the Cisco, you can go or you can search it through online from the cisco.com. Then we have the what we call access methods. It's part of chapter 2. The three most common ways to access the iOS are: first, we have here the console port. Second one, we have the secure shell or the SSH. Then the telnet. So I will give the brief description with these two and differences with these two. So console port, out of band serial port, used primarily to manage purpose such as the initial configuration of the router. So a console port is a cable connected through cable. Then secure shell or the SSH, in-band method for remotely and secured establishing a CLI session over network. User authentication, password, and commands sent over the networks are encrypted. As a best practice, use SSH of Telnet whenever possible. So description of Telnet. Telnet is in-band interface remotely establishing a CLI session through a virtual interface over a network. User authentication, password, commands, and sent over the network. Plain text. So at this moment, as I say that secure and the telnet is both wireless connection, but it is highly recommended to use a secure shell or the SSH if it's possible, because it is most highly recommended because it have its more high efficiency regards with the security. Then we have the what we call Cisco iOS modes of operation. Then the Cisco iOS modes use a hierarchical command. Then each mode has a distinctive prompt and is used to accomplish particular task with a specific sets, then commands that are available only to the node. Then also we have what we call the primary commands nodes modes. So what we call this is the user exec mode in the privileged exec mode. Let's start first with the user exec. So user exec often referred to as view only mode, and by default there is no authentication required to access the user exec mode, but it should be secured. So the user exec mode is the somewhat similar with or the is the basic of the configuration. User exec mode is classification of the configuration is in a user exec mode is by its sign. The sign of user exec mode is less than less than sign. Then if you are in a privilege exec mode, its sign is a hash or a hashtag. So privilege exec mode often referred to as enabled mode because it requires the enable user exec command. By default, there is no authentication required to access the user exec mode, but it should be secured also. Both user exec and privilege exec is both secured, but regards with the standards, privilege exec mode is used if you are performing a global configuration, then user exec if it's a local configuration. Then we have the configuration command modes. We have here the what we call use to configure terminal command to access. So just by using configure terminal, you can uh, use the next or another commands needed. Configure terminal is a kind of authorization that you know that you know what you are doing. So after typing configure terminal, they have the next what we call the interface mode and the line mode. Interface mode is to configure one of the network interfaces. So for example, a switch, then it has connected two PC. The one PC should be interface mode, and then line mode to configure the console, auxiliary telnet, or the SSH access. So it is usually for the console connection from the piece from the device to the switch or device to the router. Then have the navigation between nodes. We have here the enable command, also the disable command. So we have various methods can be used to exit or quit configuration nodes. For example, the exit command used to move from a specific mode to previous mode, generally mode such as prime interfaces mode, globally config. Then end can be used to exit out of a global configuration mode regardless of which configuration mode you are in. Then we have here the place to say works the same as end. Then navigate between iOS with cont and it's terminal also, but there's an addition here the interface interface fast ethernet A, fast ethernet 0/1. Then we have here the basic iOS command structure. Then description, a Cisco iOS device supports many commands. Each iOS command has a specific format or a syntax and can only be executed at the appropriate mode, or if it is in it is in only config or a CLI. So the syntax for a command, the command followed by any appropriate keywords and arguments. So for example, the keywords, a specific parameter defined in the operating system. For example, the in the figure we have the IP protocols. So at the argument, not redefined, a value or a variable defined by the user. So in the figure, it is the IP protocol. It could be the IP address or the number written through numbers. So in addition, uh, in addition to the what I've said, uh, you have the argument. Then in addition, after entering each complete command, including any keywords and arguments, then you should press enter in order to initiate or execute the keyword that you or the interpret the keyword you or interpret the command what you are typing. So we have the I have here the command syntax. To determine the keyword, arguments are required for a command. Refer to the command syntax. So refer to the following. Following, look at command syntax. So for example, description, string. Then we have the ping or the pinging of the IP address to know if it's connected. The command is ping and the user defined arguments is the IP addresses of the destination device such as in ping. For example, the 192.168.0.1 if it's set this IP address from the another PC, you can know if it's connected through using ping command. Then ISL features, and we have you can use the config or the conf or conf space t, then press the tab key on your keyboard, and it is the type of shortcut and the shortcut keys you need to know. The type of shortcut is the conf conf and space T for the configure terminal, and if you hit the tab key, it will be in its pure or in its full description. It will going to be a configure terminal by hitting the enter. Then an even shorter version of a con will not work because more than one command begins with con. So keywords can also be shortened. So if, for example, configure, you should use the conf with f because using con only, they have many commands. It starts with con, and by that the yeah, it could maybe it should be or it could be not recognized. So it's important to know proper shortcuts. So I've here the shortcuts and its description. The down arrow allow the user scroll through command history. Then up arrow allows the user scroll the backward to commands. Then the tab completes the remainder of a partially entered command. So what I say, the shortcut of config, conf, then control A moves the beginning of the line, then control E moves the beginning moves to the end of the line, then control R displays a line, or just by typing and you want to display it, just highlight it and press Ctrl R. Then Ctrl C exits the configuration modes and returns to the user exec. So you will go again to the exec mode, and you want to activate, just type enable. Then Ctrl C exits the configuration mode or aborts the current command. So the command types will be voided if you use Ctrl C command. Then Ctrl Shift 6 allows the user interrupt an iOS process ping. So that's all for the chapter 2. Hope you like it, and I hope you learn, and also hope you understand what I'm saying. Thank you for watching.